Good afternoon, everybody. Steve Georgia here, live from Allendale's trading floor. It is October 19th, 2010. Very interesting day today. Came in this morning. China ended up raising their interest rates, which in turn had set the dollar soaring. The dollar ended up very strong today. Right now it's up about $1.25. So we did break above some good resistance. We're sitting at about that 78.41 level. This is a pretty strong move here. We closed above the 20-day moving average in the dollar for the first time here since September 7th. So it's the first time since the sharp downtrend that we have seen that we have now closed above that 20-day moving average. That may give us some more support moving throughout the week with this talk of China. That may end up continuing to rally this dollar, which in turn puts pressure on commodities. Let's look at the grains today. Corn ended up down 11.25 cents. You had beans down 4. You had the wheat market down 18.5. So once again, getting pressured. You've got corn right now that's moving into that gap that we had made a few weeks back, and we've got about another 18 cents to go in order to fill this gap. I do feel you're probably going to find some support as we go down and try to fill this gap. But as of right now, it was a negative close today. We closed below that 554.5. That was that low end of the range that we were in. We moved down below that, which in turn, I think we're probably going to see a little bit more pressure here as well. But beans were supported. We opened up quite a bit weaker. We did finish 4 lower, but we stayed actually higher for most of the session today. A lot of chatter out there. The demand for beans are great. You also have concerns for weather down in Brazil and Argentina, which has got some underlying support underneath these beans as well. But right now, these beans have found some support. It doesn't seem like they want to fall here too far. There's a gap below the beans as well, but we're quite a few cents away from that yet. I don't think we're going to go down there and try to test that gap yet. It seems like they still want to try to push these beans a little bit higher. As far as wheat being down 18.5 today, we went down and hit some pretty good support, some trendline support, right near the close. So this 570 area for wheat has been some pretty good support. It's also the trend line. We held that on the close today, and we closed above it. We may find some buying here from that support as well. If we end up breaking down below that here tomorrow, you've got about another 20 to 25 cents yet. This market could fall before we hit the next solid area of support. But keep an eye on that. If the dollar continues to rally, the question is going to be, are the funds going to start getting out? You know, with the dollar rallying, the crude was pressured today, $3.59. Put that November contract at $79.49. So much like the grains, that could continue to go lower. The crude breaking down below some good support as well. This is the lowest point we've been here in about 10 days for crude. I do want to mention that tomorrow is the last day for the November contract, so we'll be looking at the December contract from here on out. But it was a negative close in the crude oil. And as I mentioned, with the dollar being strong, that put some pressure, quite a bit of pressure here on the metals. It was the easy trade was, if the dollar is down, you buy gold, you buy silver. You know, if we see the energies breaking, well, that means that we probably see the dollar strengthening. That followed suit again today. Gold broke $40 today with the move that we've seen from the dollar. So gold was down $40, put that at $13.32. It's down about $56 from its highs already. So we have come off those highs quite a bit. I think a lot is leaning on this dollar throughout the week to see what's going to happen. Is this just a one-day event, or are we going to continue this? I think there's further liquidation that could come out of this gold market over the next few weeks. Silver's down 86 cents, puts that at $23.55. You're down $1.40 here from the highs for silver as well. The stock market was under pressure today as well, down $187 points, puts that down below that 1100 or the 11,000 benchmark. We sit right now at 10,956. So it is a weak close there for the stock market. We could see some more pressure from a weaker close. You know, the big question is going to be, I think a lot is holding on to this dollar to see what's going to happen here. But a lot of negative closes around commodities. As far as sugar and coffee, some of the only other markets besides the dollar to be in the green. And most of that is due to concerns here of weather problems in Brazil. You had sugar that was up 75 cents, making new highs again, looking to run up to the 30-cent area where we were at earlier this year when we finally peaked out in January. And coffee up $5.30. That market has been sneaking higher here and is near those contract highs as well. But it is finding some strength due to the weather. So continue watching that weather for the next few weeks to get direction there. But right now the markets look strong, and there's money continuing to pour into those markets. Could continue to push them higher. But the other one that has been very strong recently has been cotton. It was down 311 points today. It is testing a trend line here at this point. It's still holding support. We do feel that this market probably can still find some strength, but I think you've got to wait for a little bit more of a pullback here before you can try to get long that market. But right now, trends are still friendly. The markets are still good, but we did pull back here about 311 points today. As far as livestock, more of a quiet day. So you had fat cattle up 22 cents. You had feeders up $1.25, mostly due to the corn being down. You had hogs up 17 cents today. So really not doing too much, but I was a little bit surprised. The cattle did not break. It had a pretty good correlation with the stock market. If we saw the stock market break, we typically saw the fat cattle break as well. But I think you still have guys with the idea that we're going to see cash cattle trade higher here this week, still hanging on to that and finding support here at lower levels. But we did manage to stay positive in the cattle, and we'll see if that will continue throughout the week. Call us over here if you guys got any questions, 800-262-7538. I also want to mention our conference that's coming up here in January. We've got information for you guys to get you guys signed up for that. So give us a call. We'll go ahead and get you those details, get them emailed to you as well if you need them. Or check us out, or you can check that out on the web at allendale-inc.com. Hope you guys had a great day today, and we'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Take care.